This is the Perspective with L, the Stiff Culture podcast. Let's go into it. Hey there, welcome once again to the Stiff Culture podcast, specifically Perspective with L. I am L, and today's episode is quite interesting and a bit controversial. And I would like for you to stick with me, get to know what we're about to talk about, and then share your thoughts on this particular topic. I know that it might raise a bit of concerns to a lot of people, but hey, that's why we are here, to talk about things that people might not or do not like to tackle or speak openly about. So this topic, simping, and what does it actually mean, and what does it define a man as? Recently, I found out that the full meaning of simping, actually, if we say someone is a simp, it's actually a dictionary term is simpleton. But who is a simpleton? When we say a simpleton is somebody who is dumb, or the dictionary will say like a dumb person or a dummy. But we've redefined simpleton as a slang word, simp. And what it really means to this generation or the Gen Z era is totally different from what it means in the dictionary. You see, people say that, oh, Charlie, these people are making noise. Oh. Ah, well, sorry. Right. So when we say that a simp in today's era, it basically means a guy who excessively tries to please women or a woman in order to gain attention or sexual attraction with a lady. That's what it has become. And a lot of people feel like pleasing a person actually now is being a simp as a guy. I started to think about it. I was really reflecting on some of these things, and I realized that it's quite funny that this generation sees that, or sees a certain level of showing kindness or niceness as being a simp. Well, the word says excessive. So when you do something in excess, it actually becomes a problem. Too much of everything is bad. But then I I quite I was reflecting on this, and I realized that some generations ago or some time ago, when we actually say somebody was a nice guy or he treated women, tries to please a woman, that was actually the dream of most women. A guy who understands a lady's way of viewing things, a guy who pleases a lady, tries to do nice things, be kind to a lady, was actually the dream of every woman. Today, it's a whole different thing altogether. And I think that a lot of people have actually misinterpreted the whole being a nice guy, and then unfortunately has been termed as being a simp. So, what is one thing we can do, or some of the things we can do to avoid the whole picture of people seeing the niceness of a man as being a simp? I just want to tell you, it's not everything that you see a person or a guy do for a woman means it's a simp. No. To me, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's that way. But then the problem is the fact that the muffling, or we've we've boiled down uh, masculinity with a certain kind of attitude, and it has raised so much concerns that now people feel like being a nice dude is now problematic. There was a time where when we say that somebody was masculine, it didn't sound nice, because it looked like, oh, he's always stern, tight-headed, behaves in a certain manner, in a certain way, doesn't treat women nice, and all that. So any guy who was soft-talking, cool, treated a woman in a certain respectful manner, felt like that was the dream of every lady. Now the ladies are also feeling like, no, it's becoming too much, because we are giving so much attention to very trivial matters, very little things. And unfortunately, we are not able to even express ourselves with the opposite sex as men. Personally, I've had that issue before. And I'm telling you that it's one of the bad ways, or one of the most negative things that you can do as a guy. Because a woman in today's time will respect a guy who can voice out his views, or problems or issues. If you do something and he doesn't like it, he should be able to tell you. But we now feel like, well, if I say it, I will not be seen as a nice guy, I will not be seen as a kind person, so I'll just keep it to myself. And it's becoming problematic, very problematic. Now, another thing is the fact that people are bringing up other misconceptions about male masculinity, or being a man, or being a strong man. Let me just use that word. People are going to the gym, they look the way that everyone likes, but some of those people are more simps than the actual people you see who don't act that way. Some people are just showing off publicly, like they are, yeah, I'm a guy, Charlie, I'm this, I'm that. But in their private corners, in their quarters, some of them cry about petty things, become emotional about very little things. And because we don't talk, even as men, even amongst ourselves, we don't talk. That is why all this suicide and things have become so much in our generation. I remember a guy committed suicide. I think he was a gospel singer upcoming, and he wrote a letter to his girlfriend saying he was sorry. I think he's not able to produce, or something to do with his sexual life and all that. And he killed himself because he felt like he didn't match up. You see, the low self-esteem. Somebody will call him a simp. Yeah, well, he has acted, or he has proven one or two actions. But then, if there was society, there was togetherness as men to even encourage each other. If your fellow brother or your fellow man is doing something that you feel is not really in line with goals or purpose, you can prompt him, Charlie, this way you are going, or this line that you are taking is risky. Follow this path. It will be helpful. If he goes and he hits a wall or a barrier, he comes back, readjusts himself, and we move on. I feel it brings much more respect to both genders, both male and female. Besides, it's not only male who are termed as simps or who simp. Women are also simping in this current time. But my issue is the things that we are defining as simping. There are some that, honestly speaking, it is not simping. It is just being a nice person. But because today, the things that we used to condemn, or were condemned in the past, it's now becoming a new trend now, that people should now take up those attitudes, or those lifestyles again. The balance is not there. I feel the balance is not there. So as men or as boys, let's learn to balance ourselves in certain ways. It is nice to do nice things for ladies. Open a door for a lady. What is simping about this? You go to a restaurant, you pull a chair for a lady to sit. What is simping about this? You pay for dinner or lunch or something for a woman or transport. What is simping about this? But if you try this thing, what try a guy with your job? But you pa, why you go pay give you my be she and she never go pay give you, my guy. The fact that you want to show toughness, it doesn't mean that everything should now be abolished or it should become a taboo, an abomination. No, it doesn't work that way. So to my brothers, do the nice things. Know your limit. Know your boundaries. Set boundaries with people, with the opposite sex. Let us have clear vision for both or each other. And I feel that the world will become a better place. Hey, as I said, it's a very controversial topic. And myself, I'm learning. So you can share your thoughts with me. Let's also have a deeper conversation outside of social media or whatever has been posted here. Let's share. You can also put it in the comments though. Let people also learn something, and then we all grow and become better people in society. So hey, as a broad topic, I'm sure that I'll come up with another episode on the same topic. Simping, is it a misconception or has it been misinterpreted? Stay tuned on the Stiff Culture Podcast, The Perspective with L, as I drop episodes weekly to inform you and to direct us to shape ourselves and become better people in society. Be good.